Hey guys, welcome. I'm Evan. This is Evan Builds Things. This is a flight project video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the specs of the plane that I built. So, we'll start with some of the physical aspects of it. It's about 2 feet, 9 inches long, roughly. I think a little more than that. The wingspan is 4 foot 4 inches, but that includes the body. Each wing is on either side is 2 foot, and then the tail wing is 1 foot 6 inches long by 6 inches wide, and then the rudder, I'm calling it a rudder, I guess you could say tail fin on the top going up, is 7 inches tall. The body is basically a 3x3 rectangle, and then it's about a foot long, I think. And that's what the wings are mounted on, and they're mounted on the side, not above, which I decided to do to make them stronger. The whole thing is built out of foam. It's built out of this. It's built out of this ready board foam. This stuff's really, really strong. I've only encountered a few errors with it, but it's really strong and really light. If anyone watching wants to build a plane, I would suggest using that. Okay, so I'll get more into the electronics now. So starting with the motor, it is using a D2830 1000 kilovolt motor that is mounted on balsa wood, and then the balsa wood is firmly glued, I guess, into a foam board box that I made. The prop that is mounted on it, it was using an 8 by 4 inch or 8 by 4 prop in the first maiden flight, and you can see that if you watch the previous video. But in that first maiden flight, if you watch that video, you'll see it hit the ground, and what happened is it landed on this propeller, so it just absolutely snapped, and I have not been able to get another 8 by 4, but I was able to get a 7 by 4, so I'm currently running it with a 7 by 4, which means I need to use a little bit more power from the motor. In terms of control surfaces, there's 2 ailerons and 1 elevator. They're all controlled by 9-grab servos, which are connected to the receiver through servo extender cords. And then the transmitter is a FlySky i6. That's this remote control. I've only used it a bit, but it's really great. It's got all the controls you need for starting with flying. It's got this great screen that's really intuitive, really easy to use. In terms of my receiver, I'm using a FlySky IA6B, which is a little bit of a step up from the Park Flyer receiver that FlySky makes. I probably don't necessarily need it, but I like all the channels that it gives you and all the extra stuff on there. And then finally, for my battery, I'm using a Tattoo 3-cell 11.1 volt 650 milliamp LiPo battery, which I actually charge using this cheap little EcoPower Electron, which is working so far, though I think I'm going to get a bigger battery because it doesn't have a lot of time. So that's all the specs on the plane, and since the first flight, I made some updates, which were, so originally through the wings, I just actually had a foam spar, which I made by compacting 3 pieces of foam together, and those ran through the airfoils in the wing. And it went about a little more than halfway out from the wing. But that wasn't working because the back of the wing, so the spar went through the front of the wing. The back of the wing was just glued to the body, but the paper that it was glued to on the foam separated from the foam. So what I ended up doing was running a metal spar through the back of the wing. And that has held it firm. And then the engine mount came off, and I put that back on with some small metal spars. It didn't add too much weight, but we'll see today if it flies. Check back for the next video to see if it does fly. Otherwise, we're going to be back to the drawing table. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this was informative. And there should be a new video, a new flight project video coming out tomorrow. It will include all the flights that I did today. So go check that out. I'll keep you guys updated, and then there should be a new space project video coming out soon as well. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.